Man, I just stumbled across some of the dumbest, like, goofy drama I've seen in my life, and I want to talk about it in front of a camera because, like, being realistic, who else would I talk about it to? So hi, welcome in, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between. People are mad at Dead by Daylight for transphobia, which is crazy because they didn't do anything wrong. In fact, actually what they did was hire a trans voice actor. It's really a convoluted story, and it all actually kind of came to a fault when Drama Alert decided to report on the news completely wrong because Drama Alert sucks as a news company. And so let's get started by first explaining what Dead by Daylight is and then where it went from there. So Dead by Daylight, for those of you unaware, is a game where you are a bunch, like 4 survivors, and you go around trying to fix generators while someone who plays a killer is trying to kill you the entire time. There's been countless different collabs and DLC that's been added. There was Stranger Things in the game, and then Stranger Things was taken out of the game. Nicolas Cage was recently added to the game, and there's been other different various collabs throughout its time as a franchise. And recently they added a new update where they added a character called the Unknown. And that ugly little freak is absolutely terrifying. I mean, just look at it. The video I just played you is actually a video of all the different various voice lines the Unknown has, and just listen to them for a second.
I'll send you a postcard.
That's not even intimidating. From where?
At last, the fools.
It's not April 1st. Anyway, it is an interesting character that's essentially supposed to be designed off of like an eldritch horror. And this terrifying pile of meat was actually voice acted by the Twitter user and trans voice actor Zoe Alexandria official. And see, normally in most situations I wouldn't make a big emphasis on the fact that this voice actor is trans because honestly trans people are just like any other person. They exist around us and should be treated that way. But people have been going berserk over this one specific detail about the character, and for me to properly display this for you, we're actually going to have to go into the game itself, Dead by Daylight, and show off the character. Actually, I'm in the way of it. This is the Unknown, and one of the big things about characters in Dead by Daylight is you can customize them with whatever you'd like. This is, of course, the default look. Look at him. He's absolutely beautiful, but if you go in, there's a few other looks you can grab. There's, of course, different unique colors. Got this one. I personally like this one. Has some good vibes. In fact, actually, it's kind of like an aesthetic with my outfit right now. So, you know, I love to see that I'm matching the guy who has a very obvious elephant's foot. But if you move up, you start to see some other various, more complex customizations, like Chad Thunderpants, John Wilkes Booth, and the redhead. But the issue that people have been having problems with is the female characters, because people have been like, oh, wow, okay, this is voiced by a trans... wow, that one is terrifying. This one's voiced by a trans voice actor, and so people were pointing to the idea that this is like what trans people really look like. That's essentially the drama, is people being transphobic on Twitter. Who would have thought? Oh my god, it like swung at me while I wasn't looking. Why'd you do that? Anyway, let's get back to these stupid idiots. So where I first actually stumbled across the drama itself was when I saw Drama Alert posting about a Ricky Berwick tweet. Not a treat, a tweet. It's actually the opposite of a treat, where he said your profile pic versus you in real life, like you can obviously tell the joke he's starting to go for, and then this person's mad that Ricky Berwick's being transphobic, and then they're doing a tweet within a tweet within a tweet. I'm having a heart attack, that's too many layers, this is not Inception. And then of course it only snowballed from there. It got worse and worse and worse, with people saying things like, of course, being like, the new voice actor is trans and they're doing this deformed freak in a skirt. This is so evil, why would they ever do this? I don't know, because they want to make a monster to kill you with? What do you think? What do you think, they're gonna have, like, a beautiful human being? Like, to my knowledge, I have briefly looked on the lore of the Unknown, so I'm gonna use that in this description. What I've seen is, this creature is supposed to be, like, the thing behind all the abductions, all the unsolved crime cases, is this thing. So, of course, it would take the form of man or woman, because that's the whole point. And you can tell because the voices sound like a man and a woman's voice combined together. It's supposed to be an amalgamation of every human being that would do evil. I would not be shocked if they maybe did not care who was voice acting it, because the whole idea was the monster's supposed to be scary, and they gave it different various customizations because no one cares. But of course, Drama Alert being Drama Alert had to try and capitalize on this in the best way possible by making a tweet that says this: Dead by Daylight hired a transgender woman to voice a character and didn't show them the design of it. Once the voice was recorded, gameplay of the creature was released for the creature called the Unknown, which is a deformed mutant in a skirt that appears to have hung itself. Wow. Can we get some community notes on that? No, but unfortunately, most of that is incorrect. But of course, Drama Alert knows that because then follow it up with additional details. The base appearance is male, and trans woman was done both male and female voices. Wow. Would have been cool if you included that in the first tweet, but wait, no, they need to make monies. This is one of the things that pisses me off about Twitter so much, is that Twitter is essentially just a landscape that thrives off of making people angry, because interactions breed money. And so, you know what gets the most interactions? Angry assholes yelling at you all the time. And so that's exactly what Drama Alert's going to capitalize on. And if you scroll through Drama Alert's comments, most of them are awful. They are people just being excruciatingly mean to trans people, or trans people going in who, or supposedly, I feel like it's people gatekeeping for trans people, just getting aggressively mad for no reason. When in reality, this shit shouldn't matter, because Behavior did not do this with any malintent. So the original voice actor, Zoe Alexandria, did come out with a tweet that has since been deleted that was like, hey, when I was first told about this, they didn't show me the design of this character, so it feels kind of weird that I voice acted a character as a trans woman who kind of looks like a trans person who has been deformed and mutated terribly. But then, after, of course, the controversy started to get much worse, Zoe Alexandria came out with another tweet saying, there's been a recent misunderstanding. Anyone that thinks that skins are going away is not in the loop. Behavior is allegedly aware of the mass transphobic remarks and the memes being made, and the gaming community is not a reflection of the game developers. Correct! The gaming community is toxic, and the game developers are out of touch and stupid for making this decision, but at the same time, they weren't doing it with malintent. It's just so, it's so goofy. And of course, to finish Zoe's tweet, I wasn't kept in the loop with what the character's final look would be. I was given an ambiguous description for the part, and even though I tried my best to find out more, continually asking for more info, that wasn't possible. This is why I was upset. The skins themselves were never the issue, the lack of communication was. And this of course explains why she was initially tweeting about being mad that she wasn't figuring out about the character until it was initially released. Which, being realistic, makes sense. It's not like she was signing an NDA to do this character. She was just voicing a character, and they didn't want anyone figuring out about it until it was finally releasing to the public. I would not be surprised if Dead by Daylight has had leaks in the past. The same way like Marvel probably holds their writers and actors hostage and doesn't let them speak to their families or friends until the movie's over. It's just because they're trying to be secure. But of course, when she initially tweeted about it, people saw it and didn't understand what she meant, and then twisted the words, and it just became a mess from there. Please stop boycotting Behavior. They're not transphobic. It's wrong to take bits of information and jump to your own conclusions. Behavior is a good company and has been nothing but kind and supporting through this tough process of receiving mass harassment for my involvement in the character. Leave it alone, says it kind of like how the Unknown would say it, because Zoe is a cool voice actor, and Behavior is a cool company who clearly didn't have the intention of doing wrong here. There already have been content creators who've been trying to like capitalize on this already and try and make more hateful remarks to kind of spread the stigma. Actually, when I was watching the Voice Lines video just now to show you guys that, there was a person up here named Melanie who I've seen in the past has gone semi-viral for saying slurs, being racist, or being generally transphobic to try and build an audience online, because of course there's so many different content creators trying to utilize having a certain political ideology to grow their fan base. It's lazy and kind of irritating, but it's going to happen because it works. And I just want to clear up, just because I didn't really make my intentions very clear when doing this video, I'm in full support of the trans community and the LGBT community. I think that my personal philosophy is you have one chance on this planet, so you might as well do it in the way that you're most comfortable. That's how my philosophy's always been, and it should be for most people. It's a strange thing that some people disagree with, but regardless, I'm going to be getting out of here for now. I want to hear your thoughts on this, though. Do you think that Behavior had bad intentions in mind, or do you think this was just a twist of fate that ended up with a really poor hiring of that voice actor for that specific role? I don't think that Behavior had bad intentions, but to be honest, maybe they did, and I didn't know. I might think too highly of people, but for now, I'm going to be hitting the road. Thank you guys for being here. Subscribe if you are new. Like the video to catch me on your homepage more often. And also, I'm going to make this clear for people who I don't always let know. I have a Discord server linked in the description of every single video. So if you want to join discord.gg/streamer and catch me whenever I'm there to chat, I'm there all the time. But for now, I'm going to be hopping off your screens. So thank you guys for being amazing. Stick around for more. And as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night. And stop with the fake outrage. It's so irritating. We don't need to keep spreading hate.